G'day all. Today I have another designer fragrance dupe comparison. We've got Flowerbomb Ruby Orchid by Viktor and Rolf against Victoria Flower Orchid by Maison Alhambra. So another Middle Eastern dupe. If you guys are familiar with my dupe comparison videos, you know that I like to do these in two parts. I do the initial spray, you hear my thoughts on the initial spray and the immediate comparison between the two. Then I step away for about an hour or so, let them dry down, really warm up on the skin, and then we come back and reassess and see how they've worn. So let's talk about notes first. So in the original Flowerbomb Ruby Orchid, of course, you have prominent notes of vine peach accord. You've got the ruby orchid itself, the star of the show, and then you've got a nice vanilla bean dry down. And for Victoria Flower Orchid, it claims to have the same, pretty much the same exact notes, a top accord of peach orchid in the heart, and then a nice vanilla dry down. Very similar with the notes off the bat, but how do they stack up next to each other? Let's find out. So on my left arm, I will be spraying the original, so Flowerbomb Ruby Orchid, and I'm gonna do two sprays. I'm gonna try and do some decent sprays here. Okay, right off the bat, the Alhambra dupe, juicier, more peach forward. I can smell that vanilla right away. Whereas for the original, the orchid sticks around. So it's very much a prominent orchid. You've got a bit of a powderiness. There is a peach in the background and a little bit of the vanilla, but it's definitely in the background. In the Alhambra dupe, it's more forward, juicier, peachier, sweeter, stronger. I think it's stronger as well, for sure. Yeah, you're getting more of that like typical perfume smell with Ruby Orchid. Probably just the florals doing that. You know, you got less sweetness, you got a bit more powderiness, almost like some people might smell it and think of maybe a hairspray quality, but it's still quite nice, very beautiful. Probably more mature, perhaps, with the toned down sweetness. I think this one, I love this. This is, I think, great for all ages, any time of day. Ruby Orchid is very beautiful. But for the Alhambra, you immediately have more of the peach and the vanilla. You know what it kind of reminds me of? Just hold on, I have a hunch. No, okay. I wanted to compare it to something else that's sweet and has a prominent peach note, like Viva La Juicy Sucre, but that is still way, way sweeter, more juvenile. Victoria Flower Orchid is definitely more grown, fuller, headier, thicker. It's not as bright, but I'm going back and forth between. Yeah, it's just you're getting a bit more powdery, a bit more subdued, more floral, and the Maison Alhambra, it's just you're getting more creamy, dense, sweet, juicy peach. They're both very beautiful. Okay, I'm going to step away for about an hour or so. I'm going to see how these wear and truly dry down. I have a hunch already that one I'm going to end up liking more than the other, but I'm not going to make any conclusions yet because we know how that goes. All right, I'll see you in like an hour.
1 hour later.
All right, I'm back. It's been about an hour, probably a little over an hour. And I will say I did have to respray Flowerbomb Ruby Orchid just one more time. It is from a decant, so it's not as strong as, you know, like a big boy atomizer out of a bottle. I did have to spray it one more time to smell it. It was getting kind of hard to pick up. So here are my thoughts. After smelling it as it was drying down, the original is very smooth. It's more floral forward, and it kind of has almost a sparkling quality to it. It's very hard to explain, but I think there's a facet of sparkling powderiness to the orchid in the original, and it's very beautifully blended. I do really like it. The Alhambra one is maybe not as complex. It's more of a forward fruit, that peachy fruit. It's more juicy, more sweet, maybe a tad sharp, a little bit. And now that the Ruby Orchid has dried down a little bit more, the vanilla has come forward a bit, and it feels more well-rounded now that it's dried down fully on the skin. And as for Victoria Flower, you don't have like that nice sparkling, sophisticated aspect to it. It is very like juicy and fruity. Flowerbomb Ruby Orchid I would wear to like maybe like a semi-formal situation, like an event. Victoria Flower Orchid is, I think, more casual. I think that fruit maybe makes it more casual. Listen, the notes are very similar, but the expression of the notes are different. That's pretty much it. You get more sparkly, more powdery, smoother, maybe more sophisticated in the original Flowerbomb Ruby Orchid. Victoria Flower is a bit more linear, fruitier, and you get more of an initial blast of vanilla. And that might be great for you. You might like that. You might prefer that. So I'm not saying one's better than the other. Listen, when you smell them, and I always say this, when you smell them like this in comparison to each other, you're going to pick up differences that you might not pick up normally. I would say they're close, they're more similar now that they've dried down. The initial spray is really where you're going to smell that difference, but they're both really beautiful fragrances. It's hard for me to say it's a one-to-one dupe. I can't say that. I think they're both really beautiful with similar notes, just some are just more forward than others. So yeah, let me know what you think of this. Does it sound like you want to try out Maison Alhambra's version of it? Are you looking for something a bit juicier, fruitier, maybe a little more fun? Or do you want to stick with the original, more sophisticated, more sparkling, maybe a bit smoother? I really like them both. Yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Oh my god, I keep forgetting to mention. I think I've filmed like 3 videos since this. I now have memberships. They really don't have any benefit other than knowing that you are supporting my channel. Obviously, buying these fragrances and even decants are not free. Any support that you'd be willing to give is greatly appreciated, and it all goes towards helping to fund fragrances to make videos. So thank you so much for considering. If not, that's really cool too. In fact, watching my channel, liking my videos, commenting on my videos, those are massive help. So thank you so much, and I will see you later.